Welcome back to Angling Buzz. We have our highlight destination feature right now. We're going to Lake Vermilion, and you're pretty familiar with that place.
I love Lake Vermilion because of the different variety of fish that are in there and they're biting all the time. I go to for crappie, smallmouth, largemouth, walleyes, big northern pike, big giant muskies, even some huge bluegill. Now, the thing to remember what I like about Vermilion, I can open up in the morning on a hot topwater bite for smallmouth. Come a late morning, early afternoon, I might go for walleyes on the deep water humps with a jig and wrap, and the evening bite, topwater bait or burning bucktails for big muskies. I love the variety, it's that simple.
Yeah, it's a big lake with a lot of big fish. It's actually the 5th largest lake in Minnesota and the focus of our highlight destination. It may be the 5th in total number of acres in Minnesota, but it's #1 in shoreline with an impressive 290 miles worth. That's a lot of bank to cast to, not to mention the untold numbers of reefs which walleye, pike, musky, and smallmouth bass often inhabit. For a Canadian shield lake, Vermilion is quite fertile, with the nutrients and habitat to grow big fish. The numbers of larger walleyes have increased in recent years with a protected slot limit that was implemented over 10 years ago. Anglers and guides are seeing the results. There are still lots of eater walleyes for that famed shore lunch with a chance at a trophy too. Musky fishermen looking for a trophy are finding Vermilion as one of their top destinations for a fish of a lifetime. Back in 2015, the Minnesota DNR's test netting recorded that 15% of muskies sampled were over 50 inches. Can you imagine how many big girls are out there now? Vermilion's rocky reefs and shorelines are made for smallmouth. These crayfish crunchers have lots of places to scrounge up a meal. Tubes, grubs, and bottom-bouncing cranks will often produce quite well. But smallies aren't always looking down. The early morning topwater bite can be explosive as well. Other species like largemouth bass and crappie don't receive the same amount of attention, but once you find them, it can be some hot action. There's a lot to do on and around Lake Vermilion for the whole family as well. One thing's for sure, if you're going to cruise the lake for the day, you better make sure to pack a big lunch because you're going to have a lot of water to cover. For accommodations, check out LakeVermillionResorts.com. There's tons of information on places to stay and things to do. Lake Vermilion is known for really big fish, but especially musky.
That's what a lot of people go up there to chase. And after the fish come out of the spawn, they go out and they suspend for a period of time, and a lot of the guys that are in the know do a lot of trolling. And then after the water starts to warm up, you get some weed growth. A lot of those muskies migrate back in and they get on the shallow water rocks and back into the weed beds. And that shallow water bucktail topwater bite can just be on fire. And this is a good time of the year for largemouth and smallmouth to be on the docks. Both largemouth and smallmouth. That's a fun way to fish when you're docking them there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.